Many of the nation's top economists do see a recession hitting by 2021. That's according to the latest survey from the National Association of Business Economics. Yahoo Finance senior columnist Rick Newman is here to break this down. Rick, a large part on why they don't, this survey doesn't predict a recession is that thanks to monetary policy. Isn't that mildly disturbing?
Yeah, let me just go through the numbers of this survey. So this is a quarterly survey of economists working for big companies. 2% of them think the next recession will start in 2019. 38% think the next recession will start in 2020. So combined, that's 40% by 2020. And then another 34% say the next recession will start by 2021. So that's 74% of economists. These guys think we're going to have a recession by 2021. That is quite different from what you're hearing the Trump White House say. Of course, the White House can't come out and say, yeah, we agree there's going to be a recession, because of course if there is a recession, they're going to get blamed for it. So yeah, monetary policy is loosening. Obviously, that might help. But just another thing about this business economist survey, this was taken mostly in late July, which was before the latest escalation in the trade fight with China. So that is making the outlook worse. Since then. And by the way, I don't think Kudlow is right that Wall Street economists were upgrading their forecast by the end of the week. I mean, what he didn't bother to mention is we're basically in a manufacturing recession right now. We've had 2 consecutive quarters of declining activity in manufacturing. Manufacturing is not as crucial to the overall economy as it used to be, but it's still important. That's an important indicator. It's also the part of the economy Trump said he was going to rejuvenate. So we're seeing trouble there, and there are problem signs.
You're also seeing S&P earnings come down for the third quarter too.
Yeah, so when Kudlow's saying forecasts are going up, the opposite is happening with regard to earnings forecasts coming down.
In fact, some sectors are in an earnings recession right now.
Right.
Industrials, materials, absolutely.
But I don't think we're in a recession right now. I mean, the good news here is that consumers feel fine. They're looking around saying, not worried about job security, comfortable spending money, getting enough of a raise to be pretty optimistic.
And this survey also showed that most of these economists thought that fiscal policy was just where it should be.
Fiscal and I think monetary policy is the one they're asking about. In other words, you seeing both?
I see current fiscal policy is about right on that pie chart.
So they ask fiscal and monetary.
Yeah, so they think that that's where it should be.
And I have to kind of puzzle that one out because of all the deficit spending we're having and deficits going toward $1 trillion. That is fiscal spending. And by the way, these guys don't necessarily predict the future. So there's a quarterly survey, and the last time they asked it, they were actually a little bit gloomier. They thought a recession was going to arrive sooner than they seem to think right now. And I think economists do have this habit of always seeing a recession about 2 years away.
Right, yeah.
And then 2 years arrives, and oh no, well, we got through the next 2 years. It's possible we are talking a little too much about a recession. I mean, we're not in one right now. Consumers feel pretty good. And I think the thing is, if Trump were not prosecuting this trade war with China, I think everybody would just be more optimistic because there would be no policy threat to a growing economy. But Trump has just committed to this, and he now has to convince himself that staying the course on the trade war and perhaps escalating tariffs is the right thing to do. And we're kind of increasingly getting Trump and his economists in Never Never Land saying, oh, the trade war is fine, it's not hurting the economy at all. Just about every mainstream economist says the trade war is hurting the economy a little bit, even if it's just at the margins right now. But the more the trade war escalates, the more it's going to hurt the economy.